What's going on? All right, so quick video on pretty awesome setup. The second day continuation momentum trade. In my opinion, this is an A+ setup. You don't get it every day. There happened to be one this week on Spotify, and I missed it. I missed it entirely. And because of that, I want to do a video on it. I want to do a video so maybe somebody can learn a thing or two, and also so I can kind of remind myself that I need to be on top of my game and I can't let things slip. I ended up letting this setup slip, and it would have been pretty good. So for anybody who follows the market, heard the news, Joe Rogan is now going to be exclusively moving his podcast to Spotify, I think towards the end of the year, which is big news for Spotify. It has the potential to bring in a lot of revenue, a lot of new subscribers. So kind of changes the potential fundamentals. And then obviously technically this is what I focus on. So this is the candle where the news came in, right? That's a huge candle. Kind of already had a little bit of a daily breakout, right? 164, kind of cleared that level and off we go. And the things that I'm looking for that I want to see is I want to see a huge green candle that clearly says buyers have really taken control and aggressively taken control. And they do it on increased volume. So they did this on a lot more than the average daily volume, which shows me that this caught momentum. I like to trade momentum. I typically trade the same basket of names. And I like to wait till each one of those, then it usually is all different, but when they kind of catch momentum in their own way, focus on that name and then try to, ride the momentum. So don't have to be a genius. You look at the size of that candle on a daily, and Spotify clearly caught momentum. So now all I'm doing, what's the high a day? I don't overthink this. 179.69. That's the level. That's the line in the sand. And for this to be ideal, I like for a little bit of a weak open, because now you got the dip buy mentality, and then you have the FOMO, which is the people algorithms, whatever, who maybe missed that first day and they want to get in because now things have changed and they want to be involved in this trade. So you got the dip buy, you got the FOMO, and then you have that prior day's high, and all that combined creates powerful moves. So now on the right, here's a 5-minute chart, and to make this even better, there's some clear levels here. Pre-market high, 177, pre-market low, 174. Obviously, I would want that to hold. And so have the levels jotted, and now all I'm doing is I'm just going to switch over to a cleaner chart with no pre-market data and no indicators. And then now what I look for is some sort of pattern. And sometimes these can go quick off the open. And as much as I want to just click buy because there's a good chance that level may get taken out, I really like for some sort of consolidation or a pattern so I can control risk. And just looking at this as I analyze this, there was an opportunity to go long, kind of a 3-bar play, kind of right there. Maybe over the high 176.60s, and then risking, could risk off low of day. That's a little too far for me. So I usually go prior candle low. So that's risking about a point, and that's pretty solid. Now I try to play this out in my head a few different ways. If I happen to miss that, the absolute incredible setup and the great opportunity is right here. So this thing goes right up to prior day's high. That key level doesn't break it and does a beautiful thing. Consolidates. The key is consolidation, and I still want to see that buyers are in control and at least have a point, an area to risk off of in case the trade doesn't work out, because nothing is guaranteed. So if I happen to miss this quick setup right here, which this is honestly pretty good, huge green candle, and then you get a little bit of a red candle, only takes out about half of it, and then boom, goes over the high. So that's kind of a 3-bar play. That could have been an entry. If I happen to miss that, This is fantastic as well. Right there. So this thing consolidates. I try to anticipate the break. I don't want to wait till it goes through it. I want to be a part of it just before. So if for some reason there isn't follow through and it comes back quick, I can try to bail as quick as I can and have the loss not be that big. So if I could try to anticipate this, 179.50s, risk off 179.69. So risking about a point, and then blast off. And here's the key factor too, increased volume. So breaks out on increased volume, and then this thing goes, hits a high of 187. That's how powerful these second day continuation momentum trades are when they have the ideal setup and that second day opens a little lower. And then obviously you have everything in your favor where the market is strong or it's not completely falling apart. Get a little bit of wind at your back if SPY's strong and everything lines up. They're so powerful. You really only need a couple of these a month to almost make your month alone. And it's crazy. I mean, this thing went from 179.69 to 187, almost a 10-point move in 23 minutes. That's nuts. Have some patience, and this could be, you hold out for a really, really big trade. For anybody who knows me and watches my videos, I'm a scalper. I don't hold long. I like to get the quick 50 cents, a dollar, quick $2 moves if it's a big name, in, out. I don't care if I get that $2 in 22 seconds. I'll take it because I just figured that's just my style. And if I can consistently get about a dollar a day, I can scale around that. And then there you go. So if I were to have gotten this around 179.50s, anticipated a bit, I don't think I would have been involved any higher than maybe 182.40s, 182.50s. When this thing took out this little red candle here, kind of another 3-bar play sort of, or, whatever. Breaks the high, 182, goes through the whole number, speeds up around 182.50, 60s, I would have been gone. Take my, 2.5 points, almost 3 points, something like that. Happy with the trade. Yeah, it goes a lot higher, but I'm okay with that. That's just me. But a little bit of patience, and you got a monster winner. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this because this set up this week, and I missed it, and it was a big missed opportunity. And I want to make sure that if a stock catches news like that, to make sure to keep it on radar. I was watching NVIDIA a lot this week. I was watching some other names, and I totally just kind of dismissed Spotify and brushed it under the rug. And that was foolish because there was an opportunity to really have a big trade here. And I messed up. A little bit of brain fart. I let it slip. And then I looked at the day after and went, wow. So figured I would share the setup on, through a video on YouTube and if you go through charts and you'll see a chart, they caught news. The key is some sort of, you want a catalyst, whether it be earnings, whether it be some sort of news that kind of changes things. The fundamentals have changed a little bit, or just the technicals have changed. It breaks out of a huge technical channel on increased volume, and then you get that big green candle on the daily. That's the key. You don't even have to really be that experienced of a trader to look at that candle and go, that's a huge candle. Buyers are clearly in control. It's caught momentum. And then now have that potential for the setup of that second day continuation trade, and then looking for some sort of consolidation or some sort of quick pattern opening range break, 3 to 5 minutes of consolidation off the open. That's what I'm looking for. And then take the break and then hopefully ride it. So this is fantastic. This is something that I'm going to screenshot and I'm going to look at and make sure that if there's a setup like this again, I am involved and I don't miss it. Hopefully somebody watching took advantage of this. If you did, please make me feel some FOMO and let me know in the comments. And that's it. So I know we're going into what is it, Memorial Day weekend. So there's no trading Monday. So be back Tuesday, regardless of how your week ended, if it was good or if it was bad. Enjoy the long weekend. Take a step back. As Scott Redler says, feed the brain, take a break, get a workout in, and then get ready for Tuesday. And hopefully next week, there'll be this setup again. I love this type of setup. It would be fantastic if there's an opportunity like this next week or even just soon after, because this was fantastic and amazing for anybody who took advantage of it. So hopefully this is you learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see everyone later.